He's a council member from District 1. How about a nice round of applause for Mr. Dave Richins? Dave, come on up. I didn't know if you meant to do that or just kind of tripped.
Yes, the answer is yes. I don't know what you put in the soda in the green room, but you know,
that was awesome.
I'm ready.
That was very nice. Well, welcome. You're awake. Good to have you here.
Yeah, I have 4 kids. You know, they get up early, so.
Well, thanks for popping in. Let's just start right off with the personal stuff. Anything cool about you we need to know?
No, I'm pretty boring, really. So that's why I'm a council member. It kind of fits.
Well, you don't disappoint, Dave.
We aim to please here at the City of Mesa.
No, any special little skills or talents you'd like to brag about? Come on, besides the lovely dancing.
Right, what do you got for me under your desk there?
Well, I see here in your little 4 kids, which might explain that you like to juggle. Now, when you got 4 kids, you got to juggle schedules and meal times and stuff like that.
And having 2 jobs, working a real job and a council member job, there's a lot of juggling that happens, yes.
What's your real job?
I work for the Snorn Institute. It's a kind of a West-wide think tank.
Oh, very cool. But you like to juggle?
Yeah, that's...
Did you bring anything to
I didn't. Did you?
I saw the notes. I figured you would show up unprepared. So I've got a chainsaw, a machete, and a baby.
Well, that's... Well,
or a sleeve of golf balls.
Well, usually I juggle something that's on fire. So which are we lighting? That's kind of just worrisome.
Well, this is televised. We can't light that. 3 golf balls?
How did you guys goad me into doing this?
Can you, you're the one that said you juggle. Yeah.
Free gifts for the crowd.
I don't think I mentioned those were my golf balls.
I'm pretty sure you're not golfing at 118, so unless that's your handicap.
That's typical for a councilman. Start with 3, end up with 1.
Did you golf your handicap depending on the temperature that you're golfing?
Yes, I do.
There? Yeah, okay.
I shoot in the 80s. Any hotter than that, I don't play. But, well, that was very good. And by the way, what a segue. That's also a great reminder that the Mesa Chamber Golf Tournament is September 21st at Las Sendas, which is as good as it gets. Have you played at Las Sendas?
They keep me off the golf course.
Good. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're interested in that, make sure you contact the chamber. It's going to be a great tournament for a great cause, September 21st at Las Sendas. So, enough of that. Let's talk a little bit about why you're here. You're going to talk about Mesa Riverview. Yeah,
there's great stuff happening in Mesa right now. I'm really excited about it. West Mesa, 10 years ago when I kind of started getting involved in neighborhood stuff, it seems like West Mesa was at a crossroads. A lot of employers had left. The Fiesta Mall was starting to empty out. And so people have really dug in their heels and said, hey, this is a great neighborhood. We have great schools and great people that live here. It's really worth reinvesting in the community. And so right now you have a lot going on in West Mesa and Riverview. Both the shopping center and the old park have some transformative things happening to them.
And that's going to be the site of
the new Chicago Cubs Stadium.
The Cubs Stadium. Are you guys excited about that? Yeah. The Cubby Stadium?
Wait. Those of you that are not clapping, I see you. That was the 4 people who voted no in the election. So.
By the way, I saw the photo, the shots of the groundbreaking. That was awesome. The shovels looked like baseball. They were baseball bats with a shovel on them.
Yeah, it was a really neat event.
Very nicely done.
I liked the Little Leaguers were all from my neighborhood that were there playing, and they really had a neat experience there. And I was really impressed with Tom Ricketts, the chairman of the Cubs, and the time that he spent with the Little Leaguers. I think he was recruiting. Given the state of the Cubs this year, he could use any kind of help that they can get. But
that's great. Well, tell us who's coming to Riverview besides the Cubs. What kind of retail opportunities are out there?
Well, that's yet to be determined. So, you know, across the street, they're doing some remodeling to the Riverview Shopping Center, and that's kind of where some of the focus is. There's some employers that are moving in over there. I think Mitel is one of them that's moving in, and don't ask me what they do. I have no idea. But Udall Chamois Lions, is that a public announcement? I don't know. They're taking some office space down there too because they're expanding their firm.
Okay. Well, what's your vision for Riverview once it's completed?
Well, the park is the big deal there. And, you know, for a lot of Mesa residents, you know, spring training happens for a month. And that's not as big a deal. That's the tourist draw. But for the rest of the year, that Riverview Park is going to become Mesa's signature park. And it'll be a really neat place for you to take your family. I think it'll be a great place that people will come and do 5K events and 10K events and fun runs and that kind of thing. We're going to try to set up the park to accommodate that kind of thing. And
excuse me, did you say fun run?
There are those in the crowd that running is fun.
This is the artist rendering. Wow, that's going to be fabulous.
Yeah, you know, if you've ever been to Wrigley, I took my son to Wrigley this summer, and it's a dump. It really is. You know, this is going to be probably a pretty good upgrade for him to come play here in March. Did I say that on TV? I'm sorry. You know, we're really excited about the design. It's still a work in progress. There's still a lot to be determined on it, but it should be a great facility for them to play in. That's
great. What you mentioned there that spring training's a month or whatever, but it's a huge economic impact. What does that bring to the valley, to Mesa?
Well, chamber members, you know, those of you that have hotels and restaurants, I mean, you feel the impact every spring. And this is not only just spring training home for the Cubs, it's their baseball operation. So, you know, back to Wrigley Field, going through there, they don't have any space there to operate a baseball franchise. So they do a player gets hurt, ran in first base in August in Chicago. He's on a plane the next day or two to do his rehab here in Mesa. So the Cubs really operate their whole baseball operation out of this facility. So there's constant economic impact that's coming into Mesa from them.
That's great. Well, that Riverview area is just, it's booming and going to keep getting bigger and better. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, it's going to be neat.
I bet we've got some people here. I know you said you'd be willing to take
Sure.
Any questions. Any questions? We've got a couple of minutes with Dave.
This is what helps with being a boring council member. They just like, I don't even know what to ask that guy. So.
Well, these guys have. Mr. John Barry's got a question.
I apologize if I missed it, but what's the timeline for the completion of the station?
We're hoping to be open for the 2014 spring training season. So we're shooting to get the facility done by the end of 2013. So we have an opportunity to work out the bugs before the season actually starts. So first pitch should be spring of 2014. It'll be pretty exciting.
Wow, it's right around the corner.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, Susan.
Any progress in getting another team for the old stadium?
Yeah, lots of progress there. It hasn't been much of a secret, but there is another team that's been talking about locating at Hohokam. Yeah, sort of. But no, there's talks that are going on about that. One of the things that our council and mayor have been really focused on is being regional in our thinking. So what's good for us needs to be good for the region. And to move a team from Phoenix to Mesa, it seems awkward. You know, it seems like you're poaching from another city. And we don't want to do something like that. So we're trying to find ways for that deal to win for Phoenix, win for Mesa. ASU still in the mix, trying to work that stuff out. And so finding a way for the region to benefit from this kind of thing is pretty important to us, and we're working towards that.
Great. Any other questions? Oh, Mr. Kelly.
Will the Cubs finally get in the World Series because of this stadium?
Yes. Yes, they will. I just hope not to get a question from my banker that my car payments due. Gateway Bank, a chamber member. My car payment due, Scott? Am I okay? Yeah, okay, I'm okay.
Got a thumb up on that. Oh, good. I think if the Cubs do, when the Cubs do go to the World Series, it will be largely due to your juggling prowess.
I would think so. Or you're golfing. One or the other.
Perfect. Well, if we don't have any other questions for Dave, we're going to turn you loose, let you get back to the kids.
Thanks.
And thank you so much for stopping by Mesa Morning Live. Dave Richins.